Hello everyone and welcome to, is this episode 5 or 6 of Unavowed? I think it actually says down at the bottom of the stream. Believe it or not, once again, there's something that I've forgotten to set up, so I do apologize for just a bit of a delay here before we can stop the shrieking and start the investigation, but it should just be a few moments. Something has broken a little bit with the streaming software and how it applies tags, so we took a few steps to get that completely up and running the way that it should, and in that interest I found that I have accidentally forgotten something else altogether. But I think that with this little bit of filibuster, we are up and running right now. There we go. Okay, so let's hit load game, and yeah, on to K6. I doubt very much. We're going to say that there's never been anything new here to find into the bedroom, so we're going to head outside. As we go, one final word of warning. I cannot do a spoiler alert for, every time that we're going to talk, but major story revelations as of the last episode. Like, be forewarned. If you wanted to play Unavowed, and I think that you should, I think this game is very neat, and even from what you've seen, there would be a lot of replay value depending on who you bring on the team. There's like a really good overarching story that we got a major plot drop on in the last episode, and I wouldn't be surprised if stepping out of this room, that is lifted front and center. So with that said, let's go ahead and proceed with the investigation. Okay, we just saw Logan and KK go in there. No. These old stone steps are black with, is that soot? And also, we cannot go downstairs. Okay, into the office then.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't sound right, but maybe it's for the best. Hey, he's here.
You better get over here.
Yes, we have come to a decision.
Hold on, he is here. Hello to Caroluna and Innertooth and everybody raiding over. Okay, if they can just hold on for 1 second. Caroluna, thank you so much for the raid. Now, before I continue, you were playing a game that I am entirely unfamiliar with. Let me get in here, and we're going to do a shout out for Caroluna. And hello to Skycast. I hope that you're also having, and Maxine. I hope everybody's having a great, what is this? What is this? Today's Thursday, right? Guys, it's been a hell of a week. It really has been. I frequently talk about how much I'm looking forward to the weekend, but I'm running on empty, just so everybody knows. So Carolina was playing Ring of Pain, and I sort of looked in on it briefly. I did not have the same amount of time that I would usually want to have in order to hang out and watch streams, but Caroluna, I'm curious in how you felt about it and whether you had a good time. I did also see in the stream description that you were very, very tired, so I hope that you are doing okay, and I feel the same way. Skycast is confirming that it's Thursday, but Innertooth is saying, but only for 23 more minutes. Maxine says, not in Australia. Carolina does like the game. Maxine is also saying, also Japan. Yes, many countries that are east of here may have already taken a step closer to the weekend, but here we've still got one more full work day. And if the work days, at least for me so far, have been any indication, oh no. But yeah, I hope you guys have all had a great Thursday. So you guys have arrived at what appears to be a fairly significant staff meeting where everybody's come to a conclusion. And again, last chance, big spoiler warning for the main story of Unavowed. We're pretty deep into it, and I just want to give people the notice. Very cool game. I think you should play it if you like. If anything that you see on screen here looks appealing, yeah, it's a really good adventure game. That said, 3, 2, 1. At the end of last episode, we were greeted with the revelation that the monster that has done so much in our body is in fact the original owner of this body. Not a demon, not a spirit, not some sort of malevolent supernatural entity, but just a regular person. the regular person who had been born into this body and lived on Earth for however many couple decades as a bartender. Well, I guess he was only a bartender maybe in the more recent decades, but he was just a person. And he wanted power so that he could hurt other people around him and just raise chaos and probably empower himself in some way. And the entity, the individual that we've been playing all along, is actually the extra-natural entity, something called Malekith, or I may have forgotten the name exactly, but some sort of like spirit of knowledge that was summoned forth and had enough of a moral compass to say that it didn't approve of anything that was happening and sort of rewrote its own memories in the belief, so that it believed eventually that it was the original human, but maybe one that was less depraved. And that brings us up to the current moment where everybody knows, and now it looks like we're getting a rundown on what's going to be our future with the Unavowed. My personal prediction is that we're going to continue on with the team. Otherwise, we'd be seeing credits in just a moment. So I'm going to say, please don't drag this out.
Jesus, don't be so overdramatic.
Indeed. We were only discussing the trains.
Yeah, the F train is down, so we're gonna have to take the 6 and then transfer.
It's the only way to get over to Brooklyn.
Especially at this hour.
But it was very funny. What do you mean?
It is as we said. No more and no less.
Look, so you're not who you thought you were. From what we just learned, that's a good thing. My old bartender's out there doing God knows what. You're here trying to take him down.
In terms of the big picture, nothing has changed. Our goal remains the same. Assuming you are still with us?
Oh, thank God. Oh, I love this response. Yeah, I'm not even really gonna look at those. Hell yes, I'm still with you. Angel needs to be stopped. Man, fuck that guy, Angel. I hate that guy.
That's what we like to hear.
So, what should we call you?
Yeah, we can't keep calling you by the same name.
Mel Caressa, that's the name that I wasn't quite remembering. Now, Skycast is saying, interesting how I get Dune vibes here. So, Skycast, I know borderline nothing about Dune. Allow me to say everything that I know about Dune. Frank Herbert, sandworms, spice, outer space, Patrick Stewart. Oh, and don't they have like some sort of shield where like it'll block anything that's moving too fast, so that's why they fight with swords, because guns are pretty useless? I think that's like a Dune thing, isn't it? And that's it. So, like, if something in this room is giving you Dune vibes, I don't even know enough to predict on what it might be. Did Dune have some sort of like an adventure game that was a similar visual style? That could be it. But yeah, unfortunately, Dune is just one of those franchises I can't really converse about because I just don't know much about it. Let's see. How about Mel? Mel Caressa is kind of a language. It's kind of like a mouthful, is what I mean. So if instead we just go by Mel, no one's really going to ask any questions about that.
Simple. I like it.
Craving simplicity. I can understand. A fine choice. Mel.
Also, if they like verbalize my name now, that'll be cool. Okay, so let's ask those questions that are usually only asked by like Johnny Fives out there. Am I human?
You are if you want to be. That's really all there is to it.
I guess follow-up, what exactly am I?
This is a question I have asked myself my entire life. I have yet to find an answer.
That's not exactly encouraging.
It is the only truth I can offer.
No, I get it. Everyone is trying to figure out who they are. Some more than others. Human or not, you're just like everybody else alive. Sorry, KK.
Oh, that was funny. Also, I disagree with Vicky. I feel like it is encouraging, and here's why. Mundana is like a whole person. Like, whatever fears or concerns or self-doubts that Mundana has, they're well hidden behind the actual person that we see before us, who is an active agent in her own destiny, makes her own choices, is extremely good at her job, is well respected by others, and is using her time on this earth, on this plane of existence, to help people and make the world better. So if somebody like that is still grappling every single day with what exactly am I? What is my true nature? What am I capable of being, or what should I try to avoid becoming? If someone like that can wrestle with those same questions, it seems to me like we don't need to worry about it too much. So I liked Mandana's answer more than Vicky did. Let's get back out there.
We're ready to go when you are.
Oh, which is right now. Hello to Patikin. Hello to Patikin. Intertooth may have come in earlier, but just in case I will say hello to you. And then Maxine is also saying hello to Patikin. Patikin, how was Horizon Zero Dawn? I did get a chance to peek in at least briefly. It's interesting how often you, Mia, and Samalander have played sections of Horizon Zero Dawn that appear to be the base game, and yet I have no memory of like these environments. Patikin says fun as always. That's great. Well, hold on. I want to talk to everybody.
Anytime you're ready.
Oh, but they don't want to talk to me.
Hey, we're ready when you are.
They really just want to go.
Yes.
Except for Mandana. Well, this seems like top of mind. My memories of being Angel have got me all mixed up.
Yes. I can see how that might be confusing. Some unsolicited advice from one half-spirit to another. There is no right answer. Your only option is to just let yourself be yourself. You are you. No more, no less.
I really like this approach that everybody's taking. Like, here's what I like about it. They're not even second guessing Mel a little bit. They know who they've come to know over the last week, 2 weeks, who knows how long that they've all hung out together at this point. But they have faith that the individual that they met is the same individual who's in front of them. So even if he's not sure who he is, and he was acting under the misapprehension of who he was, they're cool with it because they've only ever known him this way. I guess Logan knew Original Angel, but whatever. Any thoughts in the last mission?
I am not without sympathy for Kevin's plight, having recently lost a parent myself. But torturing and potentially murdering that innocent creature was a step too far. It was the right choice to refuse him.
Yeah, hi everyone, remember Kevin? Like, I got so caught up in what was going on with Angel and Mel that, yeah, there was a whole other case that happened. Well, I'll leave you to it. We're going to start the meeting in a minute.
Thank you.
I want to talk to Vicky.
We getting out there or what?
Okay, I'm not going to talk to Vicky anymore.
Yes. A meeting is not necessary. We know our mission. We know our destination. When you are ready to proceed to the subway, we will follow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Also, Cara Luna is saying, and this is something, Cara Luna, that I think I'd mentioned just before you guys raided, but it certainly bears repeating. One of the things I find fascinating about the game, says Cara Luna, is how incredibly different each run can go. Yeah, like, the puzzles will be solved differently depending on who you have on the team, which is awesome. No, we're gonna get some dialogue here, usually. Or maybe not. So last time we had, I think, Mandana and... Did we have Logan? Yes, we did. Yes, we definitely did. So let's do Vicky and Eli this time. And we're going to go to Brooklyn. We're not going to the bar until after we've done all the cases. So let's go to Brooklyn.
Look at all the graffiti. So much for all this gentrification I keep hearing about.
Dude, this is gentrification. 20 years ago, my dad would have arrested a guy for putting this stuff up.
But not anymore.
Nope. Now it's authentic urban culture, made by real artists. The cops got better crooks to chase anyway.
Okay, sorry. Cara Luna was actually talking about... Sorry, just 1 second. Let me run it back because I keep forgetting the name of the game. This happens until I've like said it a few times. Ring of Pain is what it was. Yeah, Cara Luna. So Cara Luna was actually talking about Ring of Pain. And hello to Harmonious Crow. Crow, I hope that you've had a great Thursday as well. Yeah, the comment about each run being different, that was actually Ring of Pain, not this one. Skycast is asking, is that a middle finger on the door? On this, it looks like a cone head. You know, from Saturday Night Live or the movie Coneheads. Just a cone head, nothing else. Or alternatively, a thumb with a face. At least you hope that's a thumb. Sure, thumb. That's what we'll go with. Flashing walk sign giving crossing directions to an empty street. And then we've got this fellow, a worm with shades, edgy. Oh, hold on, Poetry Slam. That's where we're going. I have advised Mia on a few different occasions to enter herself into a story slam, which is like a poetry slam, but with fewer rhymes. I think that she'd do extremely well. A sturdy iron drain pipe is bolted tightly to the door. To the wall, rather. I don't think anybody's here is strong enough to do this, but...
Seriously? You'll break your neck climbing that thing.
Oh, Mandana could climb, but we don't have her with us. A majestic illustration of an angel graces this wall. Oh, but we're anti-angel now. This is the auspicious Mel channel. Whispered words escape from the dim interior of this poetry club. Well, let's check it out.
I traveled up the mountain of glass to the man who looks down upon high. But he sent me away, he gave me a pass. So now I drink coffee and sigh. I saw a pink dog by the side of the road. He looked up and gave me a wink. Then I helplessly watched as I saw him explode. I may have been dreaming, I think. Do you mind? Can't you see I'm... Wait, Alden, is that you?
Sorry, what did you say?
You heard me. You're supposed to be dead.
That name. How do you know that name?
You're kidding, right? I know all about you. Alden the Destroyer, Alden the Deathbringer.
No, Alden was my great-grandfather. I'm nothing like him.
Oh, well, you look exactly like him. You shouldn't do that. It's rude.
You didn't answer my question. How do you know that name?
Why does it matter?
Because we're with the Unavowed?
Oh, well, I'm tired. I'm going to sit down. You want to talk? Come on by.
Oh, we could have listened to some more of her sick poetry that she's apparently delivering
on earth
in bare feet in the public venue. Yeah, let's go with that woman isn't a mundane, I assume.
No, she's definitely not mundane. And she knows who Alden is. That alone isn't good.
Why? What'd this guy do?
It's not important. At least not right now. I think we need to speak to her as soon as possible.
This is what we were just talking about. If we had come in here without Eli, this whole conversation wouldn't be happening. She sits at the table, sweaty and tired, but absolutely beaming. Is it hot in here? Because that didn't seem to be a lot of physical exertion.
Hi, everyone. I'm Callie. Or did we go through this already?
That name, Alden. How do you know it?
Well, come on. When you spread fire and death to 100 villages, it tends to inspire people. His face was in hundreds of nightmares for generations. I saw them all.
You see dreams?
I'm a muse. Duh. It's kind of what I do. Or I did, anyway. I kind of lost my power.
You... what? How did that happen?
Some guy took it. Hey, you should order a cappuccino. They draw these little heart shapes with the milk. It's amazing.
Boy, she is just kind of all over the place. Okay, well, I'm Mel, by the way. It's polite to introduce yourself.
Hiya, I'm Calliope. Although I mostly go by Callie these days.
Holy shit, Harmonious Crow guessed her name. Is Calliope like the name of a famous muse or something? Patikin saying, I'm going to be lurking. I don't want to see too much of this game. Yeah, Patikin, for real, you really don't at this point. Like, you're gonna really like this game, and you do not want to see the story. Harmonious Crow is saying one of the 9 muses. Wow. Harmonious Crow nailed it. Okay, you know what? Why not? She seems to know a lot. Actually, my real name is Mel Caressa. Have you heard of me before?
Wait, you're Mel Caressa? No way.
You know Mel Caressa?
Not personally, but any muse has heard that name. Malcaresa's the spirit of knowledge, right? You can't create anything without knowledge.
Look how, like, peppy she is. I don't remember being a spirit. I'm a human now, mostly.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Trust me, Malcaresa. I've been a human, and I've been a spirit. Human is better.
So what are you doing here?
It's open mic night. I'm open micing. Been spending all my time taking in the local art scenes. This is my way of giving back.
Giving back?
Giving back to the creative force, trying to balance the scales. I'm not really good at it, but the point is to try. And freeform poetry is fun.
So you knew Eli's great-grandfather?
Not personally, but I was summoned by the survivor of a village he destroyed. He wanted to write of his experience, as a warning to others. But he was scared. He couldn't muster up the inspiration to start writing.
And you helped with that?
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda?
He kept reliving the murder of his family over and over in his mind, and in the end, he threw himself into the sea.
Jesus.
It happens. The creative force can destroy some people. I'm glad I'm done with it.
Also, his name was Kratos. So long.
Bye! Stick around if you want to hear more poems. For some reason, fewer people come here than they used to, so I have the place to myself.
Well, you gotta wonder if maybe it's the company in here. Richly upholstered red plush couch, discreetly placed in a dark corner. I assume that we are going to be back in here to muse over things with Calliope. Nope, okay.
So, I'm a dead ringer for my insane evil fire mage ancestor. That's just great.
Nope, we can't go any further down this way. Okay. I wonder why we would want to climb the pipe. I guess I could see if, like, Vicky would do it. I don't know why she would.
Yeah, there's no way I could climb that.
Climbing up drain pipes is more of a mundana thing. You need something charbroiled? I'm your guy.
So our goal is to do this without, like, I like trying to figure out how to do things without the colorful storm fronts, Prospect Street. Poetry Slam. Okay. Yeah, so let's go across the street. We'll go to Prospect Park. Well, at this stage,
Looking good there, Junie.
No, it's not right yet.
Of course it isn't.
Okay, I'm not trying to, like, be that guy who needs, like, realism, but you cannot do chalk drawings in the pouring rain. You, like, just can't do it. The rain washes it all away. Oh, wait, I didn't mean to talk to her. Sorry, I think a better rule of thumb is always talk to the adult before you start addressing their kid. If you walk right past an adult and start chatting up their child, you're going to get some weird looks followed by some hard hits. Hi, I'm Mel.
Junie, answer the man.
Hi.
Skycast says, I might have to get this on the Switch. I hate how Windows 10 killed both my hard drives. Oh, no. Yeah, Skycast was also thinking about that, the chalk. And, like, it's always raining in the game, so it's just an interesting choice. Yeah, there we go. The chalk won't last long in the rain.
I know. That's what makes it good.
I took pictures, don't worry. What?
Nothing. You don't get it. It's okay.
Oh, is this like an exercise in temperance and, like, the temporary nature of beauty? Creating something that can't last so that you can enjoy it in the moment that it does and then remember it well? What are you drawing?
I don't know. It's not finished yet.
So this is impossibly presumptuous, but as Caroluna himself has said, you don't want to miss parts of the story. You shouldn't talk to your mother that way. Just quick life hack. Don't do this. Don't walk up to random kids and just instruct them on how to be a better kid. That's stupid and creepy.
Excuse me, but I'll be the judge of that?
I want to focus, please.
Let's keep at it, though. Wouldn't you rather draw inside?
No, this is better.
Better?
Yes.
I don't know why my character is being such a jerk about this. Seriously, you should go home. Come back when it's dry.
Just 5 more minutes.
Okay.
Bye.
By the way, hi.
Hey, nice to see I'm not the only crazy one out here tonight.
That's us, just a bunch of crazies.
Well, at least I've got a reason. I'm only out here because the little boss here wants to draw.
So, we met a muse earlier. The fact that she's very inspired to pursue her artwork feels like we've got a theme developing. Again, you start by introducing yourself. I'm Mel, this is Eli and Vicky.
Mel, huh? Nice to meet you. I'm May Stein.
So, this kid's your boss? I assume not literally.
She's my daughter. It amounts to the same thing, doesn't it?
Ain't that the truth? A boss who makes you do overtime and doesn't pay you.
See, this guy gets it. You have kids?
Oh, yeah. 2 girls. Grown now.
2 bosses, huh? Must have been rough.
It had its moments.
He didn't even get to see them grow up, at least not like in person, which sucks. And hello to Jab. Jab, sorry, I sometimes read a little bit backwards through chat, but I hope that you're having a great Thursday. So why is she drawing in the rain?
Viljun here got inspired. What can I say? I tell her no and she screams all night, so I give her a half hour and we're both happy. Besides, she has a talent. I need to encourage it. Nobody else is gonna.
She's a lucky little girl. You're a good mother.
Darn right I am.
How long have you guys been out here?
It's been 2 hours, I think. I'm sure June will get tired any minute.
Couldn't she just use a pen and paper? Again, I don't really like a lot of these questions, but...
Yeah, like that'll work.
I know, right? A pen and paper would be, logical.
And kids always listen to logic.
Don't get me started.
And hello to Ronan. Ronan, I hope that you're also having a great day. And this is just 2 hours, right?
It's been...
Okay, see you around.
See you around. If you guys want to do any more chatting in the rain, feel free.
Okay, I would have... the art is very promising, especially considering the age of the artist. So, isn't it like... I think I've seen events or exhibitions where, like, Buddhist monks will come in and they will create... They'll spend... sometimes days or weeks meticulously creating incredibly intricate designs out of like individual grains of colored sand, with the understanding that when the art is complete, a janitor will come along and sweep it all up. Like that's the whole deal. There's no attempt made to make the art permanent because it is its temporary nature that makes it beautiful. It's a really interesting outlook, and it sort of feels like that's what we're doing here. I think in actuality, she's just like, she really wants to draw, but it's interesting that she needs to do it in the rain. And when her mom said, well, I'll take some photographs, and she's like, you don't get it. That's what I was thinking of. Too small a band shell... to a small band shell nestled slightly inside the park. And then back to where we came from. Okay, so let's go to the small band shell.
You have called and I have answered. But I feel no creative desire within your soul. Inspiration will not help you.
I like this one. I have plenty of inspiration to go around.
I don't understand. If inspiration is not what you seek, then why seek me out? Now what do you want?
Me? No, I have something for you.
What do you mean? Stay back.
Was that Callie? The lady from the poetry club?
You think so? These visions aren't exactly high def, but it didn't sound like the same lady.
She said she lost her power. Maybe it changed her personality, too. Good. You're okay. Let's keep going. We need to get to the bottom of this.
So Crow is saying, the mandala says yes with sand. It's amazing. Or they stand with fans and blow it away. It's definitely a lesson. It speaks to a sort of like incredible piece with just everything to me, because like if I were to either myself or with a team of others put that much effort into creating something, to make it permanent is that every time you look at it, you would remember that effort, either by yourself or with your team. You'd be able to see what you created and be able to share it with others. That's at least the way that I think about it. And they're like, no, like, it's important because you only have it if you saw it, and then you have your memory of it, which can last you forever. But it is so much more valuable by being temporary. It's really interesting. If you guys like Harmonious Crows put a name to it, the mandala. I didn't know that name for it, but yeah, it's super cool. There are some big name bands playing here in the summer, but for now it's empty. And then up here we've got a piece of leather caught on a jagged piece of metal. It flaps uselessly in the wind. And an imposing steel sculpture. You can see a piece of leather caught on a jagged piece of metal. Yeah, and what's interesting there is, like, this whole thing was not here in my flashback. Oh, hello to Mia! Yeah, as Harmonious Crow says, it's being in the moment, that you can't rely on, like, having something later. You have to enjoy it while it's present, and then after that, remember when it was present. So, I can't imagine, again, Mandana might be able to climb up there, but
I'm not sure what that accomplished.
Well, now it's dried leather? I don't know. Hey, Vicky, can you shoot that down with your gun?
Doesn't seem to have done much.
Well, we're gonna get the cops called, and then we've got a ghost. So basically we've got a scenario here where I feel like Mandana could probably grab that for us, but we have exactly the wrong crew to address this. But having Eli is super good, because we've already gotten some cool story stuff with him. Innertooth says...
Don't you think it's time we head home, Junebug?
5 more minutes.
Fine. 5 more minutes.
Now, wait, sorry, Okay, so maybe this is all there is, like when we leave this way, back to the entrance. Okay. And I don't see anything else to do here. But
How about I take a picture of this to show your dad?
No, it's not right yet. Just 5 more minutes.
Okay, for real this time.
Innertooth, thank you very much for the lurk, and I hope you have a great night. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see you again in the weekend.
Eli, I was thinking about something you said.
Yeah?
Yeah, about never seeing your family again? How'd you do it?
I didn't have a choice, but it wasn't easy. It still isn't. There were times I came very close to knocking on their door. Usually I stopped myself.
Usually.
Yeah. Mandana and Kalash might have locked me in the basement a few times.
Sounds rough.
Well, it was what it was.
Okay, so there's one more direction we haven't done. This colorful storefronts. Harmonious Crow is asking, can you come back with Mandana? Yes. I believe that we could go back to the subway and change out our crew. However, one of the things about the way that this game is designed is, from what we've seen so far, there's always a way to solve it with whoever you have on hand. So I'd like to try to do that whenever possible. If I get really stuck, we might mix that up. This psychedelic mural is so colorful, you're almost going cross-eyed by looking at it. I don't know, it looks fine to me. Yep, and... Alright, so... Colorful cartoon characters invite you into the bakery. I'd say with all this rain, I am...
Got some wet ones here, Chipman.
Huh? Oh, hey. Welcome and stuff.
Jesus, Chipman. Wasn't for me, you wouldn't sell anything.
Chipman, are you currently speaking into a cardboard box? Okay, we're going to talk to the cop. I bet Vicky's going to come in handy there. A small cash register sits on a clean counter. I want a muffin. Baker barely registers your presence. Looks like somebody crossed a novelty margarita with a bread roll. Yeah, very colorful. Okay, let's talk with this cop.
Evening, folks.
Hey, Diego.
Holy crap, Vicky! How the hell are you?
I'm doing okay. Hanging in there.
I hear ya. It's this weather. Screws with your mood.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it.
I really like it when Vicky interacts on her own behalf. Jab is saying that he has us up on the TV, but it has some gaming to do for an hour or so. No worries, Jab. I really appreciate the company, and hopefully we can keep you entertained while you're doing some other gaming. So yeah, there was a ghost there. We didn't really comment on it too much. So you and Vicky know each other?
Well, technically, I know her big brother. Hey, how's Mitch doing these days?
He wants a rematch is all I know.
He wishes. That skee ball prize is mine.
You play 1,000,000 hours of skee ball and never get good at it. This place is really colorful.
I know. Chipman's got the art bug. Guess you gotta know your market. The food's still the best, though. Can't argue with quality. I just wish he'd, focus.
Oh, Skycast, thank you very much for the follow. Also, Skycast was saying the baker is baked. Good to know. You seem to really like these bagels.
Best in the city. Try them. Seriously. Chipman's an artist. A real one. Rainbows or no rainbows. Not that anyone would know it. The guy knows nothing about promoting himself.
Hey, just a weird question. Did anybody die around the Prospect Park Amphitheater?
Seriously. Where have you been? Some idiot set himself on fire. Built some weird metal altar to do it on, too. The weird thing? He did it in the middle of the night. No witnesses. Some poor jogger found him the next morning.
That's awful. It must have been the folks. It must have the folks around here spooked.
Spooked? You don't know this neighborhood. No, they're fascinated. He's like some kind of local folk hero now.
Folk hero?
Yeah, the folks who live here, they think it's some kind of, artistic statement or whatever. But you ask me, he was just a nut.
How was it an artistic statement?
I don't know. What else could it be? This friggin' neighborhood draws them in like flies in honey.
Draws what in?
Artists. They've been coming out of the woodwork, causing all sorts of trouble. Forget the drug dealers. It's the artists you gotta worry about.
Really? They're that bad?
You have no idea. Just last week, in this very spot, I had to drag some guy out in cuffs. There was this writer on his laptop. His battery ran out of juice, so he freaked. Smashed his laptop against the table, then started punching people. I wish I could say it was an isolated incident, but it's been happening all over the neighborhood.
Yeah, we're definitely picking up on a theme. Can you tell us anything else about the man who died in the park?
Sorry, but why are you so interested?
That's just the way you told the story. It made me interested in learning more.
You really think so? Thanks. That means a lot. Still can't tell you anything, though. My captain would kill me if I blabbed the sieves.
Really, Diego? Since when do you toe the company line?
Yeah, I'm keeping my head down these days, Vicky. The captain's got it in for me. You know how it is.
Sure, I get it. But imagine his face if you got a positive ID for the guy in the park.
That's impossible. The only ID the guy had burnt up with the rest of him.
Really?
Yeah, a driver's license. Burnt to a crispy mess.
And that's all you got?
That's all we got.
Okay, so we can fire read his driver's license. Remind me to do that when we get outside. We don't want to do it in here, obviously. Skycast also followed Mia. Double thank you, Skycast. That's awesome. Yeah, Mia should be live tomorrow with her next episode of Song of Horror. Okay, see you around.
Stay dry out there.
Okay, let's talk with Baker. I bet Baker's not going to talk to us.
Huh? Oh, hey, you want something? I'm kind of busy.
What is with... Okay. We're not going to say this. Don't be a turd. Are you okay? You look kind of tired.
Fine. Why does everybody keep asking me that?
Hey, Chipman, you got paying customers. You want to stay open or what?
Fine. Sorry.
I swear to God, you'd be on the street if it weren't for me.
I get it. Yeesh. Anyway, what can I do for you guys?
Seriously, are you okay? You look exhausted.
I'm fine. I'm working. What else can a guy want?
You know about anybody who died in the park?
Someone died? Sorry, I don't know anything about that.
I'll stop doing that, but it's... What went wrong with this? Did this guy, like, seriously, did he record inside of an empty closet? It's just a really weird... I thought that maybe when he turned around it would be normal. Anyway, I will take a rainbow bagel.
Sure, here you go. That'll be $5. Just eat it slow, okay? And think about it while you eat it.
Are you sure you're okay?
Why does everyone keep asking me that? I'm fine.
Harmonious was saying it's his beard. He also, watch him when he comes up, he's got a very, like, interesting mustache. It's, like, disconnected from the rest of his beard. Do you have anything that's not psychedelic?
Nobody gets it. This is just the way it has to be, okay? Take it or leave it.
Okay, see you around.
Sure. Bye.
Okay, so let's go fire read the driver's license. We don't have Logan with us, so I don't feel like that'll get us very much. But what we have now is an obsessed chalk artist, an obsessed baker, some guy who lights himself on fire to build an iron altar. Graffiti, colorful graffiti everywhere.
One thing over Staten Island. Our bagels suck. Maybe I should tell my brother Mitch about this place. He'd love it. You know, assuming the guy ever returns my calls again.
All right, I don't know if we can fire read with old man under awning, but let's ask.
What can I do you for?
Could you fire read something for me?
Sure, but let's get away from the mundanes first. The
Fair
veil
enough.
only goes so far.
Can you see the guy who set himself on fire?
Ah, good idea. But it doesn't work that way. Sorry. Inorganic material only. That's why it works so well with books, or pictures, or pictures of books. You get the idea.
Okay, we'll do that next. Let me ask you about something else.
Fire away.
Are you familiar with the area?
Gosh, so many memories of this place from back in the day. It's hard to choose just one. Matinee shows at the Kingway, summers at Brighton Beach. Heck, you could buy pickles right out of the barrel on any street corner. They cost a nickel, and they were delicious. And fireworks every Tuesday at Coney. Can't forget that. No, can't forget that.
You got a bit distant when talking about Coney Island. Anything you'd like to share?
Did I? Sorry about that. Just old history. I met my wife at the Coney Island fireworks. We went every week that summer. Forget it. It was literally a lifetime ago. Let's keep moving.
Eli makes me sad. You went white as a sheet when Callie mentioned Alden.
Well, yeah. I did tell you about the hunters, right? The hunters getting wind that I'm still alive is the last thing I need.
Okay, I don't want to ask him what we should do now.
Right behind you.
All right, let's talk to Vicky.
What's up?
Do you know anything about the area?
My grandpop says that Brooklyn hasn't been worth anything since the Dodgers left for Los Angeles.
That was over 60 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, he's a Santina. He's stubborn.
Any thoughts on Callie?
Muse or not, she seems on the level. That level is several feet above the clouds, but still on the level.
It's so amazing that Crow picked out her name like based on her appearance. Talk to you soon.
Sure.
Okay, although we could talk to him, it's often best to have as much information as possible, otherwise we wind up talking to people multiple times.
Vicky, what about your family? Have you spoken to them since, everything?
I'm a disgraced cop from a cop family. I don't think I'm ready for the Sunday barbecue quite yet. I mean, Donnie tolerates me, but the rest? How can I talk to them about all this?
Want my advice? Find a way, and don't wait too long.
I get what you're saying, but not yet. Maybe when all this is done.
What can I do you for?
Okay. Can you fire read?
I'll do my best. What did you have in mind?
Can you look at the driver's license?
I know where and roughly when it was burned up, so let's see. Searching. Got it. The name on the license is Amos Fennel.
Fennel, huh? And the address?
He's from Illinois. Not exactly around the block.
Well, we got a name. That's better than nothing.
Right behind you.
So my next question is, when did he come from Illinois? Because if he came all the way from Illinois to Brooklyn so that he could then immediately set himself on fire and build like a giant wrought iron thing, that seems that the range on whatever's going on is pretty impressive. I want to go back in here because I want to
Got
ask...
any more of those raspberry ones, Chipman?
Sure. Give me a few minutes.
Best donuts in the city, this guy.
All right, let me ask him about Alden Fennel.
Evening,
Amos.
folks.
Hey, Diego, how's your cousin doing these days?
You know her. Always traveling. I'll tell you, said I.
Amos Fennel. There we go.
Jesus, that guy. Is he bothering you too?
You've heard of him?
Yeah, I had to arrest him more than once. Keeps breaking a restraining order.
Restraining order? Who issued it?
Well, I guess it's no secret. May Stein issued the restraining order.
Let me guess. Ex-boyfriend?
Got in and won. If you lived on his block, you'd have seen him on the street, screaming up at her window. The guy's messed up in the head, but that nice lady and her kid shouldn't suffer for it.
So I'm gonna say this, but like in the real world, I would want to like maybe go talk to May Stein about this first. So Harmonious Crow is asking, what is Vicky's power? Skycast is saying she seems like a truth teller or maybe an empath. Actually, nothing. So the one, actually, you know something? A truth teller is probably pretty close because in a scenario where, so there was a person with superpowers, without getting too deep into it, and they could make people just believe whatever they wanted, like sort of mind wipe them so that they would do as instructed or believe whatever they were told. And only Vicky was sort of immune to that due to like the ways that the laws in the universe work. So Vicky, but I mean actually Mundana is the one who can detect lies. The actual answer, Harmonious Crow, is Vicky, now that we know that we're a spirit and intended in addition to being a bartender, Vicky is the closest thing to just a regular person. She has a gun. Like that's her power. She has the power to talk to cops because she's a cop, and she has a gun. Those are her abilities. Harmonious Crow is saying like truth seer then. Yeah, but like she definitely has a strong bullshit detector, but where Mundana can hear if somebody's lying, then Vicky seems capable. Like she has just regular Earth detective, what's the phrase I'm thinking of? Like, forensic skills and stuff like that. So she's a very well-trained human, but that's sort of what she brings to the mix. So let's say it. Amos Fennel is your burn victim.
He's what?
You heard.
I don't want to know how you know this, do I?
Nope, but it's the truth.
Truth does me no good without evidence.
Jesus, Diego, do the job. Go pound some pavement. Find something linking Fennel to the sculpture in the park. Do it right and you'll be the shining star of the precinct.
Shining star, huh? You might be onto something there.
Damn straight.
Stay dry out there.
Okay, well, we did our best. We might be back to talk to Diego.
Hey, Eli. Could you pretend for a sec that I'm your kid?
What?
I know it sounds weird, just listen, okay? Like, I'm your kid. I just shamed the whole family. What can I do to make it right?
Honestly, I don't know. If it were one of my daughters, I'd like to think I'd love them unconditionally, no matter what.
You've never been part of a cop family.
Doesn't matter. I'm sure they all just hope you're okay. That's That's how I'd feel anyway.
Maybe.
Yeah, as Crow says, cop instincts. That's sort of like her thing. So we could go talk to May Stein. She seems like our next best lead, but let's talk to some more people.
Good evening to you. You folks seem to be lost. Maybe I can help.
Lost?
Yes, it's quite obvious from the look of it. You're walking the streets in the rain, and yet you stop to talk to an old man at the side of the road. Nobody with a destination in mind would do that.
Huh. We got a regular Sherlock Holmes here.
No, I just read people. It's the old artist in me, I suppose.
Wow. Oh my god. I hope everybody brought a drink. Well, let's start sort of chatty. Nasty night to be out.
For you, perhaps. I'm quite cozy here. And you meet the most interesting people in the rain. Folks like yourself, for example.
Nice to meet you. I'm Mel, and this is Eli and Vicky.
Pleasure. Welcome to the neighborhood. I'm Stanley Bates.
And what kind of artist are you?
Me? Oh, I was a painter. A past tense, I'm afraid. My muse has long since left me. So now I sit here and talk to fine folks like you.
I heard a lot of other artists are moving into the area.
Yes, I've seen it. The neighborhood used to house quite a vibrant community of artists. They're all gone now. They got priced out, or they got kicked out, or they died out. I thought I'd be the only one left. But now, look around. The real heart and soul of Brooklyn is coming back. And it is magnificent.
So you can help us find direction?
I'm just an old artist watching the world go by. I doubt I'd be any help to you. But if you'd like to stop a while and talk, I wouldn't say no.
Do you know what happened by the park amphitheater?
You mean the sculpture that was erected in the middle of the night? Magnificent, isn't it? Art that just appears for seemingly no reason. That kind of thing just doesn't happen anymore. It does this old heart good to see it.
What do you think the sculpture means?
I don't know. To tell you the truth, I've not given it much thought. But the energy it brings, the vibrant life, this world can use more of that, let me tell you.
I also happen to believe that art doesn't always need to mean anything. Sometimes it can inspire you to wonder what it means. Sometimes it can just evoke a sensation or an emotion. It doesn't have to say, you know, you don't need a paragraph saying, oh, this depicts the War of 1812. Does the name... I want to work ourselves up to the Man on Fire. Does the name Amos Fennel mean anything to you?
Amos Fennel? No, doesn't ring a bell.
He's the guy who set fire to himself in the park.
I see. No, I have not heard of him.
Thank you for breaking that to him so gently, Eli. Yeah, man set himself on fire on the park sculpture. Also, Caroluna saying, "Stay a while and listen."
I heard. Fascinating.
Fascinating. That's all you can say?
Well, it is. Why there? Why in the middle of the night? The act of immolation is violent, painful. One doesn't do that to themselves unless they want to make a statement. And yet, it was done in the middle of the night. Nobody could see or hear him. So yes, I'd call that fascinating. What was the man trying to say? We'll never know.
Okay, so I can't dance around this topic anymore. It's just very much on my mind that in the year 2022, in the real world, a human being did light himself on fire and die on the steps of the Supreme Court to try, in this last desperate plea with his own life, to draw attention to global climate change. And if you're just hearing about this for the first time, it's because it got effectively no news coverage. And I'm the one telling the story. I have no idea what that guy's name was. And it's just, I'm like, do we want to like mention this? We're not going to make the stream about this, but like, What kind of statement does setting yourself on fire make? How am I not supposed to bring this up? That this guy was like, everyone, you have to pay attention. This is an urgent problem. And here in the United States of America, we know the first, middle, and last name of every mass shooter that picks up a weapon of mass destruction and decides to go gunning people down. But I have no idea what that guy's name is. It got effectively no coverage. And that's it. I'm not going to go on about that. But this sentence comes up on the screen, and I can't not mention it at this point. Anyway, what kind of statement does setting yourself on fire make in this game?
As I said, we'll never know. The man was inspired. We never know where it comes from or why it comes. It just is. And that's all we can say about any artistic act. It just is.
Okay. I like that, by the way. The thing about artistry is that it exists, and it can mean different things to different people. I don't feel like there's an answer. Okay, so let's go talk to May Stein. Mia, thank you very much for the hug. I think she's this way. No, she's across the street.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
I messed up. Need to start over.
Oh, for 5 more minutes. Then we need to get home.
Okay.
Hey.
We're gonna, go through this. I know that we already asked this, but...
It's been...
2 hours? Okay.
I'm sure you...
So we know she knows Amos Fennell. What I don't know... So here's what's true. She doesn't know that I know Amos Fennell. I'm just a stranger on the street. So why don't we ask her about the man who burned himself? And that way, if she says, no, I don't know anything about that. If she starts acting squirrely, the only reason that she'd be on edge is because she does know who it was. So, did anything happen by the park amphitheater?
It was some kind of performance art, wasn't it? Someone put together an altar in the middle of the night and then lit themselves on fire.
Someone lit themselves on fire? I don't know that rather calm about that is the way to go, but...
Well, it wasn't real, was it? I mean, it couldn't have been. They did it in the middle of the night where no one could see it. If you're gonna make a spectacle, you want people to see it. That's what everyone's saying anyway. Someone put it all together as some kind of statement.
Sure, what kind of statement?
You know, before June was born, I might have been able to tell you. But these days, I leave the art critique to the people with more time on their hands.
More time, like 2 hours standing out in the rain waiting for your daughter to get tired? You know, like that kind of time on their hands? Do you know anything about the guy that burned himself?
Nobody did, right? It was all staged as some kind of statement. That's what everyone's saying anyway.
So Jab is saying something that I certainly agree with. Putting the names of mass shooters in the news is generally considered a mistake. Yeah. And I do feel like at least more recently we've started to see more care taken with that. Jab also says maybe they don't want to encourage immolations. If that's part of the thought process, well, we don't want to inspire more people to light themselves on fire and die in what seems to me the most painful way imaginable. You know something? I don't know. Maybe there would be copycats about that. Just in case, hi everyone, please do not douse yourself in accelerant and light yourself on fire. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. God, can you imagine copycatting that? Oh my God. So let's go on. Do you know Amos Fennell? And we know that she does.
No, I don't know Amos Fennell.
You sure? You absolutely sure?
I said I don't know the guy, so get off my case.
You issued a restraining order against him.
Okay, we're gonna talk right now. Stay right there, kiddo. Mama's gonna talk to these nice people. Did he send you? Did he fucking send you? Look, I know a guy who breaks legs for a living. Maybe I'll call him instead of the police.
Look, miss, I get it, but that won't be necessary.
Oh yeah? Give me one good reason.
'Cause your ex is dead. He won't be bugging you anymore.
Of course he is. It was him, wasn't it? The guy who burned himself in the park. I didn't think it was real, but it's exactly like him.
I mean, I want to say I'm sorry, but this is the more pressing question, isn't it? It's exactly like him to set himself on fire?
No, to make a big idiotic statement and scare the hell out of me at the same time. I suppose he's gone now. That's good, I guess.
Could you tell us what happened?
Fine, I guess. It doesn't matter now, does it? Amos used to be a good guy. An artist, creative, really, really funny. June loved him, but then he moved in with us, and then he started getting obsessive.
Obsessive? Not in a devoted husband and father way, I imagine.
No. He started drawing pictures of us. It was sweet at first, but he wouldn't stop. Every scrap of paper, every surface, the walls, the floor, everything. I blamed that teacher of his.
Teacher?
Yeah, old Stan Bates around the block. Amos was fine before he started taking lessons with him. I mean, how crazy is it to draw obsessively and never stop for a break?
Oh, I'm sorry. If anybody wasn't looking at the at the screen when she said how crazy it is for everybody to draw obsessively with no break, everyone on screen turned and looked at her daughter. Sure is crazy, all right. How long has your kid been out here again? Yeah, let's go with how, because we are gonna fix this. But you know what? Because we've already asked this. She knows. She already knows what's going on. She's a caring mother. She's not an idiot. She can see what's happening. Let's go straight to, we're going to fix this somehow.
Fix what?
Oh,
look, I don't like that tone. June is fine. She isn't like him. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Okay. Let's go talk to Mr. Stanley Bates. Yeah, as Crow was saying, or can she see what's going on? Yeah, she's in a bunch of denial right now.
Good evening to you.
Amos Fennel was a student of yours.
Student? I'm no teacher. Who told you this?
May Stein. She used to date Amos.
Wait, that name sounds familiar. She has a young daughter, a budding little artist type?
That's right.
Aha, now I remember. Amos, huh? He gave me a different name when he came to see me.
What can you tell us about him?
What is there to tell? Like many young artists, he was struggling, trying to find inspiration. So he would come and speak to me. He spoke about his lover, who was quite smitten. I encouraged him to channel that love. We later spoke about his heartbreak after they separated. I encouraged him to channel that as well. I hope I did some good.
Some good? He set himself on fucking fire.
He channeled his feelings into a work of art. How many can say the same? I call that a triumph. This neighborhood needs more of that.
Okay, so now we know exactly the moment in conversation where this guy turned into a real weirdo. Setting yourself on fire is a triumph? I don't think he's going to back down from this either.
Well, what would you call it?
I'd call it crazy.
The man was obviously disturbed. Nobody in their right mind would do something like that.
Perhaps you were both correct. Perhaps it doesn't matter. Art speaks different words to different people, and the art of Amos spoke louder than most.
Also, like, dude, have you been into the bakery? Yeah, this was my question. Have you ever spoken to the baker next door?
You mean Clay Chipman? I see him every morning. His shop is not exactly out of my way. He feels frustrated, often. He desires to say something, but all he knows is baking. As I always tell him, sometimes the artist doesn't choose the medium chooses you.
Oh, I know a medium. We just don't have him right here. Oh, this doesn't feel good. If it's such good art, maybe you should set yourself on fire. So, I could be wrong, and maybe we will learn to regret this. Here's what I think might be going on. Angel took the powers of the Muse and maybe imbued them into this guy, and he's accidentally hyper simulating people and doesn't really know it. He's like made a wish to be able to inspire the next generation of artists, and he doesn't even realize what he's doing. So I don't like that you should go set yourself on fire. That feels shitty. Who else have you taught?
Anyone who chooses to speak with me. I'm usually here in this spot. I'm always willing to chat.
Like, he's too forthcoming with information if he was, like, being sinister about it. We'll see. You said you knew May and her daughter.
I know the child. She walks down this block on her way home from school. She's shown me some of her pictures. Quite a budding talent. I'm happy to encourage her.
Okay, we're gonna say this because, again, Cara Luna has the right of it. If it's such good art, maybe you should set yourself on fire.
What reason? I have no statement to make. As I've stated, my muse has long since departed.
Yeah. Setting yourself on fire is a game for the young people. Live fast, die young, leave a good, great-smelling corpse. Okay. Well, all right, let's go talk to Chip Bakeman.
So I says to him, "You're blocking traffic. Go painting somewhere else." Needed 3 guys to pull him off the street. He finished painting in a cell. And you haven't heard a thing I said.
What? You lost your cell?
No.
And Azric, holy hell, Azric, thank you so much for the resubscription. 24 months, 2 years. Azric, I know that you've been very busy with work. I will echo what Mia said the other day. We really miss having you hang around, but as you've also heard me say to you and others, real life always comes first. You take whatever time you need to get sorted. We will be here when you get back. Yeah, Azric says, miss you guys a lot. Azric, really, right back at you. Schedules change, but friendships persist. So we will look forward to having you back. And I just hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're having some fun times with Lost Ark or the Outriders expansion, which I think that did come out now, didn't it? I just hope that you're having fun and enjoying the rest of the summertime here. On that note, you guys, today was like, if you think in your head about the perfect summer day, this was it. And like I don't even have to describe it. I'm just letting you know. Bright, sunny, warm, but not hot. Like not humid in any sort of like uncomfortable way. A nice breeze. It was flawless. It was absolutely perfect. It was one of those days that you feel like I need to, like we were just talking about the transitory nature of art and beauty. Like this will be one of those days that you'll want to remember in like the dead of winter for sure. Azric saying hello to Maxine and saying, how are you? Azric has 2 weeks off coming up. I'm going to enjoy that lots. Azric, I don't know how you're going to spend that decompressing, like what your vacation of choice is, but if it's here, I would love to like hang out in your streams and be able to chat with you again. If it's, heading out and doing something else, just getting out and seeing the world, spending some time outdoors for a while the weather's nice, whatever it is, I hope you really enjoy it.
What? I mean, what can I do for you?
Okay, so we don't. I was wondering if he might talk about Stanley.
Sure. Bye.
Let's talk with the cop.
Evening, folks. Hey, Vicky. They ever get the perp who shot you?
It wasn't just me. And no, not yet.
God damn. Shooting a cop. They shouldn't get away with that.
Oh, they won't. Believe me.
Okay.
Stay dry out there.
Okay, so we've talked with Stanley. I'm thinking that now we go back to the what's it called? No, let's talk to Calliope. Yeah, we've got a lot to report to her. Or Callie, as she likes to be called.
One fine. Hey,
Nope.
just a sec.
Shit. I would have listened
What's
to
up?
a poem. Okay, let's work ourselves up to this. A, do you know anything about the sculpture in the park?
I saw it. So full of anguish. I could feel the desperation pouring from every rivet and nail.
I really like her hair, by the way. I also, guys, I like the fact that, see how here it's on her right-hand side that she has all like the multicolored hair? Watch her portrait when it comes up. Anguish?
Yeah, Muse, remember? I can sense these things.
Didn't you say you lost your powers?
So, if your magic was taken away, you'd still know everything about fire, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Same with me. I know how art works. I know what feelings went into them. And that sculpture, none of those feelings were nice.
So you can read works of art.
Anything that was created by anybody else, it leaves an imprint. I can still see them.
Someone burned themselves alive by the sculpture.
That's horrible. What is this feeling? Am I sick or sad, depressed? This is new. I don't like feeling like this. Don't ask me about that again.
Are you sure you're not feeling impressed by what a great work of art it was? I think I'm the one who took your powers away. Not intentionally, but...
You did? You don't look like the guy I met. He was about your height, had your hair color, and had kind of your build. But nope, definitely wasn't you.
He's wearing a veil. You can't see past it, can you? You really did lose your power.
Yep, I'm mundane as mud. But if it was really you, then I suppose I have you to thank.
I don't know why I'd say don't worry if she says I'd want to thank you for this, but we'll try to get your power back.
For real? You did me a favor. 3,000 years and I never once enjoyed a thing. Not a song, not a poem, not a story, not even food. I could inspire them all, but they did nothing for me. I can't even remember the last time I smiled. I kinda like the feeling. I think I'm gonna do it a lot. So, keep my power. You took it, you keep it. I'm happy where I am.
Wow. I have a bad feeling that in order to resolve this, I might need to, like, force her back into a situation that doesn't leave her nearly as happy, and that would be very disappointing. You really don't want your power back?
Nope. Please stop asking that.
Shit. I hope I don't have to choose that, then. Well, let's not worry about it yet. So long.
Bye! Stick around if you want to hear more poems.
Okay. Oh, we could give her the rainbow bagel. She can, like, read the art.
Ooh, was this made by Clay Chipman? I've been meaning to go to his shop. May I? Oh my god, this is so good. Excuse me. That was strange. This bagel wasn't made by Clay Chipman. Not entirely.
What do you mean? We saw him make it.
No, his hands made it, but the process, it was inspired by me. That's impossible.
How did you inspire Clay? I thought you lost your power.
I did, and I've never met the guy. But that bagel tasted like my own power. I had it for over 3,000 years. It couldn't be anything else.
So your power now belongs to Clay Chipman?
No, muses can't create, remember? He was inspired by someone with my power. Oh well, good luck to whoever it is. I don't want it anyway.
So someone else has your power. Can I introduce you to a friend of mine? His name is Stanley Bates.
Yup, sucks to be them.
Right, hold on. No, that's it. Remember, Stanley Bates can't create anymore. He said that his muse has left him. He cannot create anything, but he keeps inspiring others to create. I don't know what to do with this information, but, like, he's definitely the one with the power, is what I'm saying.
Anything that was...
Okay, I don't think... We have 3 options, but we've heard them all.
Bye! Stick around if you want to hear more poems.
Okay, So, we could go back and talk to... Yeah. We'd go back... I want to go check out the sculpture again, because we know a lot more about it now, and there's also that, like, leather flapping in the wind. We might talk to, what's-her-face,
Come on, Juninator. It's way past your bedtime.
5 more minutes.
Okay, 5 more minutes. And I mean it this time.
That's not to June as well.
Could you leave us alone, please? Leave her alone!
Oh, see, that's the response that I would expect. All right, we can't talk to the ghost. We can't do anything with it. I can't click on it. And we've had... Okay, I'm going to ask him if he can fire read anything else.
What can I do you for?
Oh, well, hold on. Why would Angel take a muse's power?
He was creating spiritual havoc, unleashing untapped energy in order to feed off it. Seems to me a direct line to the creative force is a great way of doing that.
Can you fire read anything?
I'll do my best. What did you have in mind?
No, okay.
Right behind you.
I couldn't think of anything that else might have gotten burned, but we are standing right next to the ghost.
What's up?
No.
Sure.
Okay, so we talked with May, we talked with June, we talked with Callie.
5 more minutes? 5 minutes? Oh, who am I kidding?
Okay, sorry, I thought it was just a repeat of the 5 more minutes conversation, but it was, in fact, an advancement. You go that way. Okay, let's go back and talk to Stanley. Yo, Stanley, I think I have an idea on what's been going on.
Good evening to you.
We know what's been done to you. You've become a muse.
I'm a... what?
I should have seen it. We all should have seen it.
What are you talking about?
This neighborhood, all the extreme bursts of creativity, it all centers around you.
Me? I'm nobody. Just a washed-up artist. My muse has left.
Of course you don't have a muse. You are a muse.
Are you insane? Or am I?
I feel like the fewer sentences you start off with, "We're not insane," probably not the way to earn a lot of trust. I promise you I'm not insane. Look at what happens around you. What explanation is there?
I want to say a rational one. But since when do I trade in reality?
I ask myself that every day. Look, maybe we should have this conversation inside.
Yes, of course. Please, come in. You must be soaking.
Actually, the thing with Eli is that he's never soaking.
Well, here we are. Is something the matter?
How long did you say you lived here?
Some 30-odd years. Why?
30 years? And not even a single throw rug or novelty cup?
I admit, as I've gotten older, I've enjoyed life's little pleasures less and less. So I've sold a few things that I no longer need.
It's like Callie said. A muse can inspire art, but can't appreciate it.
I see. I understand. I admit I have been feeling different. I just thought I was getting old.
Don't worry. We can fix this. It's kind of our thing.
Wait, you want to cure me?
That's the plan.
So you are making the decision for me. How magnanimous. Have you considered I don't want to be a part of this plan? Sure, I get no pleasure from a painting or a book or even food. But giving artists inspiration, artists like Amos, like June, like Clay, that gives me immense satisfaction.
Amos killed himself. June and Clay are working themselves to death. Whatever power you have, it's out of control.
Their deaths carry more meaning than their lives ever will. For years, I've seen the city turn its collective back on the art community, replacing us with bland corporate chains. Now we can reverse it. Go back to the way things were. And you want to stop it? I don't believe you want that. You can't want that. Let me prove it to you. I have a simple question for you. May I ask it?
I feel like the metagamer in me is just like, I don't want to say anything, but I'm kind of thinking of like what my character might say. And he's a spirit of knowledge, right? So I'd probably say, what is this place?
I've connected you to the creative energy of the universe. I think I always knew it was there, but I'm more aware of it now, thanks to you. Now, may I ask you my question?
Hold on. Where are you?
I'm here. I'm part of the creative force that surrounds you. Now please, I've answered your question. Will you answer mine?
One more. Oh, actually, what do you want to know? I don't know. I'm curious, though. What do you want to know?
Thank you. My question is simple. What are you feeling right now?
Afraid of heights. Well, I like this one. My memories aren't my own, so I don't know if what I'm feeling is real. It's a little bit forthcoming, but I feel like it's more specific than these other answers.
Ah, I understand. Yes, I see it. The confusion within you. But that is why we create, is it not? To make sense out of the chaos. You're worried about your thoughts. I say, ignore your thoughts. Focus on your heart. So I ask again, what are you feeling?
I'll tell you what, I'm. If anxious was on here, I would say that I'm feeling anxious, and here's why. I'm concerned that the only options that I have are to take creative power away from somebody who wants it and appears to want it for outwardly altruistic reasons to inspire others to create good works, but is maybe not doing it responsibly, that I might need to take that away and force it back onto somebody who, of sound mind and body, does not want it. And that feels really bad. So that's what I'm concerned about. Since anxious is not here, I'm gonna go with sad.
Yes, I can hear it in your voice. What's bothering you?
True. Seeing death and destruction already, it's too much all the time. I don't know, I'm just sad. Do I need a reason? No, I'm feeling pretty sad. I've caused so much pain. It's not entirely my fault, but it doesn't matter.
It never does it? Seeing so much anguish, it's no wonder you don't lock yourself away. And yet, you act strong, don't you? You've risen up, because nobody else will. You bury this sadness deep, but it is doing great harm. You need to dig deep. Connect to it. Bring it to the surface. This is the power of the creative force. It's the greatest gift we as humans are given. But it must be used. If ignored, it could do unimaginable harm.
Yeah, well, so could a forest fire. That's not a good reason not to cook food. Ah, shit. Oh, man, where did I get the spray paint from? Mel Caressa. I can't even look at it. So, well, we should probably head back to where we last were.
His eyes are on me. His eyes are always on me.
A bleak charcoal stretch of a staring eye. Oh, we're gonna have a great Gatsby in here in just a minute. Leads upstairs. Sure. I mean, why not? Vicky's knuckles are pale white against the spray can. Her eyes are locked on a figure on the wall.
Hello? Hello? I'm over here, assholes.
Oh, Jab is back. Jab, I hope that the game's gone well. Window looking out into an empty... A window looking out onto an empty air shaft. That's an interesting detail. This tiny stick figure is nothing but a scrawl, but a palpable sadness radiates off of it.
They don't see me. Risking my life over and over.
Okay, I don't think that we can break through to them right now.
I can't. I'm a monster, aren't I? I won't. I can't. Not him.
I like the fact that Eli's art is a lot more well-defined than Vicky's. It makes me wonder what Mondana or Lucas might have put up. Oh, and also, would KK have, like, fallen for this? Or would she go into, like, ghost mode and she's just fine?
You don't understand. I almost had it perfect.
You almost had yourself dead, you idiot.
He looks tired and defeated, poor guy. Baker barely registers your presence.
Oh, it's you. You probably shouldn't be in here. I think this place is gonna be closed for the foreseeable future.
Closed? No, you can't do that!
What happened?
Shipman's finally lost it. I should have seen it. You know a guy for years. You should know when something's wrong.
Nothing was wrong. Everything was so right!
You cut open your wrist and you were bleeding into your mixing bowl.
I needed to put more of myself into my work. It was the only way.
I just don't have an answer to that, Clay. I don't.
Yeah, someone had asked in the previous mission how you get like a C rating from the health board. I think that's one of the ways. So, openly bleeding into your food. I don't think he's under arrest. I think that he's being, like, restrained for his own safety.
Arrest? Oh God, no. He's not going to jail. He needs help. Help that I can't give him.
So you're sending me to the mental ward?
Only for 72 hours. That's what the law will let me do.
I thought you were my friend.
I am, Clay. I am. Look, you'd better go. Tell Santina I'll call her soon.
I don't think we'll be able to talk to Chipman. Skycast was wondering maybe we gotta grab the other teammates. Yeah, they seem ungrabbable.
Get him to let me go, please!
No, okay. So, let's go see about May Stein. Because if Chipman's losing it, then I'm concerned about June as well. And then we can go see Calliope.
Junie, sweetie, you've worn that chalk down to a nub.
No, I can do it.
I think it's time we...
I can do it!
Okay, you can do it. Just be careful. Sorry, this isn't a good time.
Is June okay?
No, I don't know. It's Amos. It's Amos all over again. He infected her. Somehow. Christ, what are we gonna do? Junie, come on, sweetheart.
Dean Koontz gets a lot of like Shaft is like a writer, like oh, Dean Koontz. They like to like mock him. The Dean Koontz book Strangers is a very good book, I found, and it does have a section about like a child getting like really deeply obsessed with something, and it's a segment from the book that reminds me of like I think about when I think of the book, and it renders me deeply, deeply uncomfortable seeing somebody that you care about just sinking into this absolute myopic obsession with something that they cannot let go, and maybe not knowing how to help them, and to see them in such like emotional and psychological distress over this fixation that they just can't get past, that it's very uncomfortable. Jav is saying, well, hold on. Cass is saying, cooking happens to kill blood enough. I meant the crew on the subway. Oh, not yet. I like again. If I get stuck, I might do that. Because yeah, we could talk to the ghosts and maybe climb up the pipe and stuff. But I want to see what we can do with the crew that we have. But yes, you're very, very right that at least as far as I know, that's a possibility. Maybe if we try to click on it, Mel Caressa here would say, no, I gotta save my friends. Jav is saying it doesn't seem to be as much art as about obsession. I'm sure it bothers him all the way to the bank. Dean Koontz. Yeah, he's very, like, financially successful. Strangers and Phantoms are both really, like, I'm just saying, Strangers and Phantoms are two very, very good Dean Koontz books. A lot of the rest of his work is not my favorite. The Taking was interesting, but more interesting than good, which is not a criticism. It's just, I didn't like it as much as the others. But those two, there's a reason why, like, Phantoms was made into a movie. Not a very good adaptation, I don't think, but a pretty neat
it's you.
book.
Sorry if I don't get up. I'm a little out of breath.
Oh no, is she like, you stopped performing?
Being creative can certainly take the wind out of you. I kinda overdid it. I'll be fine. By the way, where's the Fire Mage and Miss Eagle Eyes? I thought you Unavowed types worked in a team.
You don't look well. Also, sorry, when she was first like padding around in bare feet, I was like, that's fucking weird to be like just out in a public like venue like this. But now that we know that she's a muse, I'm like, oh, okay. No, I get it now. Like, yeah, she's not going to dress in like more. She may not have shoes, is all I'm saying. You don't look well.
I'm just like a bit tired, okay? I overdid it. I'm not exactly used to being mortal.
We got whammied by the muse who has your power.
Whammied. I like that word. Wait, why did you summon a muse in the first place?
He forced himself on us.
He forced the creative energy on you? That's insane. You're lucky to be alive. You can't just force someone to create. You have to be ready. If not, you'll burn out. Your friends, where are they?
Yeah, Eli and Vicky. We're cutting right to it. Eli and Vicky are in Stan Bates' house. They are in some kind of trance. Now, let me ask, because like Harmonious Crow, you know, I don't know if Crow is still here, but like anybody else that knows English, I would put BATES apostrophe, and there wouldn't be an additional S after that because the word ends in S. So it would be Stan Bates' house, but minus that. So that looks like a typo to me, but I don't know if there's like some style guide that would put it in there. Like if it was Stan, if his last name was Bate, Stan Bate, then you'd put apostrophe S. But when the word ends in an S, don't you just put the apostrophe after the S and call it a day? That's the style that at least I grew up with. Okay, Carol Luna and Jab are both saying that you're right. Yeah, I'm glad to have some confirmation about that. I was asking Crow only because I think that she like, didn't she specify she works with language all day? I think that was covered in like an earlier conversation. She does something with language. I think. I'm pretty sure. Some kind of trance.
A trance? That can't be good. Take me to them.
Oh, hi. Okay. Watch out for glass on the way. I kind of want to like I'm actually like really concerned for the girl, June. So I kind of want to bring Callie to
Mr.
like
Fire Mage.
Each person.
Hello? Mr. Fire Mage? I've never seen the Muse's power abused like this. Stanley Bates has no idea what he is doing.
I don't know what it's because of this painting on the wall. I mean, we might ask that later, but no, it seems like that's what Eli has done. What did Stan do?
It's as he said. He's forced the creative energy into your minds. He is buried deep, struggling to connect with a deeper part of himself, one that he can express through art.
This seems a little, like, silly, but this is some sort of art therapy?
Kinda, sorta, only this is more direct and harmful. The subject has to be willing. They have to be ready to confront whatever is inside. Your friends aren't. And unless we help them with that, they will die.
So are these the eyes of the hunters, then? Is that what Eli is drawing? Like he's always being watched, he always has to be careful, the hunters will come for his family? Is that what we think the eye might represent to him? Can you help them?
Me? No, my power is gone. I can't do much. I'm a bit useless here, but you're kinda not. You Unavowed guys, you have a link, right? Something connecting you? You can use that. Try and connect to your friend. See if you can help.
How do I do that?
It shouldn't be hard. Eli is in a heightened mental state at the moment. Connecting to his mind won't be hard if you focus. Just touch him on the head and, well, think about him.
I'll give it a try. I don't like being flippant about my brain not exploding. Now, Skycast is saying that you don't need the apostrophe at all, and just puts, like, Bates' house. Like, if I was describing, like, oh, the old Bates place, there's no possession there. It's more like a descriptor. But if you're clarifying possession, like this is Angel's microphone, it would be apostrophe S. And it's only if the word ends in S, the apostrophe is still necessary because it clarifies that you are denoting possession as opposed to, or ownership, I guess, depending on how on like the structure of the word, rather than simply saying like a name brand, like, oh, that's the Angel's mic. At least that's my understanding. Ronan saying having some Korean fried chicken coming by. Oh, that sounds really good. Ronan, we've actually got like some sushi that's waiting for after the stream, but Korean fried chicken sounds great. I continue to I've shared this on stream before. I like Japanese food, Korean food. I love Thai food. And I want to say there's some others. Chinese food, not much of a fan. It's like super weird. I don't know why. I don't know. It's just Chinese food. It comes across as less, and it's not less filling. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what it is specifically, but every other food from like that kind of food from like that area of the world, huge fan. Thai food is amazing. Oh, Vietnamese food. Oh my God. Vietnamese food is so good. Sorry. Now, I really need to get off this topic because I'm not going to make it to the end of the story. I'm going to go out and eat. Harmonious Crow is saying that it sounds delicious. Then if it's an S in the end, you always add an apostrophe to denote possession. Then says me neither. And here where I live, it's terrible. Yeah, gosh, we used to have like a really good like Japanese place around. We didn't go there nearly often as much as I should have. Okay, let's give it a try.
Your friend is going to be vulnerable, scared, confused. So, be gentle. Good luck.
Here we go. Holding a spray can, small scorch marks have bloomed where his fingers touch it. Oh, is this his wife? A young woman stands with her back to you. I have a very strong suspicion of who this is. Eli stares at the woman, deep lines creasing his forehead. Let's try to address Eli.
I can't forget. I can't forget. If I forget that, I lose everything.
He wants to remember. Let's help him. Who is this woman?
You never met? No, of course not. She died decades before you were born. My wife, Donna. You've seen her picture. It's in my lab. The picture helps, but it's not enough. It's old. It's grainy. It's black and white. It's been over 60 years. I'm forgetting. Her eyes. I don't remember the color of her eyes.
That's what the eye means. No. Oh, God. So I don't like any three of these, so I'm going to choose the least bad one. Why are her eyes so important?
You don't have a family, do you? You wouldn't ask that if you did. Do you know what family does? It makes you better. It makes you want to do better. Everything I did, everything I was, I do because of them. Once I forget her eyes, then I forget her face. Then I forget Gloria and Julie. Maybe one day I'll even forget Travis and Winnie and little Elijah. Then I'll forget myself. I'll forget I ever cared about anyone. And when there's nothing left, I become him.
You mean Alden?
Yes, I mean Alden. I'm not gonna turn into that. I'd rather die. If I can't remember her eyes, I should die. Why can't I remember?
Oh, God. I have two options that I immediately want to choose, so let's read through them. Just before we do, Harmonious Crew is saying that Chinese food in her area is terrible. Yeah, terrible, she says. Jab says there's a lot of different Chinese food. We mainly get Taiwanese style here from what I understand. Harmonious Crow is saying we have lots of Japanese and one Korean place and they're great. Yeah, see, that's the thing. When I say that, I can only speak for the local Chinese places in my area, and it's possible that I just haven't had good Chinese yet. Like, I don't want to, like, besmirch the entire, like, that entire, like, section of cuisine. It's interesting to me that every time I've had Japanese, Vietnamese, Thai, whatever other ones that I just mentioned, they're so good. And then every time I have Chinese, it's just like, it's fine. Like, that's the best Chinese. I've never had bad Chinese, like, oh, this is yucky. But I just, like, it doesn't have that element that makes all of the others sort of like from that region of the world. It's weird. It's just an interesting, like, little offshoot. So, I've listened to many sad stories at the bar, but most of the time, they're just missing what's really important. Or Mel says, I have no idea who or what I am anymore, but it doesn't matter. I choose for myself what's important, and so can you. But so that's the problem, Mel. He does know what's important, and it's his wife, and he can't afford to forget her and what it felt like to look into her eyes. I don't want to tell him that that's not important. You can just choose something different. I mean, yeah, there's other things that also matter, but I'm gonna do this. Many sad stories at the bar. They're just missing what's really important.
What do you mean? Her eyes aren't important? You're right. The eyes are just the surface, aren't they? The eyes are the window to the soul, so it said. And that, I remember. Her light. So warm, so bright. All for me. So fierce, so protective. The way she'd gaze over our children. The connection she shared with them. Like a secret only they knew. One color doesn't do it justice. Huh? What just happened?
Hey, you did it!
Did what? That eye. It's everything. You could get lost in it. Sorry. My head, I think I need to sit down.
The eye now glows with vivid pastel shading. That's an awesome picture. I really like that. So Callie looks angry. She follows us a few steps behind you. We're going to go upstairs and talk to Vicky as well, but I just want to...
Come on, they need our help.
Yeah, I'm going to say probably... Who was it? Was it Skycast? I bet, based on how this is going, we could not go back to the subway to get the others. I now bet that he would have been like, no, I can't leave my friends, because this is such a part of the adventure, like who you brought with you.
Hello? Hello? You guys, I'm over here. Jesus Christ, hello? Are you fucking deaf?
I was going to ask if the singular character on the wall represented, like, loneliness, but I think it's worse than that. I think it's being completely disregarded, not listened to. Remember Vicky's story? No one would listen to her about her... Sorry, some of the finer details get lost because it's several days between recordings. It was her... husband? No. Her sister. It was her sister who died, and it was that, like, other bartender's wife, wasn't it? I think that's right. I'm right here, Vicky.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to them. You do see them, right? Or maybe they don't see me. But they never do they?
Who are they?
Them. Everyone. They don't see me. They don't care. But I knew that, right? That's the deal. That's part of being a cop. I knew that growing up. It's part of being a Santina. It's just so goddamn lonely sometimes, you know?
So, I don't like the no matter what anyone says, because it feels like it validates the fact that a lot of people are saying something different. So I don't like that. I don't know, Vicky. Why don't you tell me?
It's stupid. So stupid. 12 years I gave to the badge. I was never thanked. Not once. But that's the job. That's what you sign up for. but I still want it. Some fucking recognition. I shouldn't need this. I shouldn't want this.
I normally really like and borderline automatically go to the ones that like acknowledge our history, like our backstory, but I'm not sure that I like this one. The heart wants what the heart wants. You can't control that. Nobody can. It just seems so like such empty pablum. Whereas there are people out there alive and happy because of you. I like that one a lot better.
I know that. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad. Happy even. But it doesn't matter. I still want a parade.
Blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much for the resubscription. Blah, blah, blah. We are... this has been a super interesting story. The VOD will be up, and I know that you've been sort of like keeping up with the story. Believe it or not, this whole thing makes a lot of sense. But welcome in. I'm very glad to have you here. I'd love it if you could hang out. I just want people to know this has been yet another really interesting case for the Unavowed crew. Okay, we will now go with the bartender. The heart wants what the heart wants. You can't control that. Nobody can.
My heart was behind a badge. It didn't get a say in the matter. Cops locked that shit down.
I do also sort of like this as well. I guess it's the if we haven't appreciated you enough. I'd prefer it if it was worded like if she's feeling underappreciated, I'd prefer it if it was, I'm realizing that we haven't appreciated you enough, like to acknowledge it more directly, not to put the if there.
I don't want to be appreciated. I want fireworks. I want the key to the city. I want to be a hero. That's stupid. That's crazy. It's some teenage fantasy, but it is what it is.
You don't have to shut out your feelings. You're not a cop anymore. Oh, see, if this is the only option left, but you're not a cop anymore. It feels like it's highlighting what she's lost. I mean, she gets to build something new, but also she really seemed to care about being a cop. Like, irregardless of anything that she just said, she lost a part of her identity here, and it's true, but also doesn't feel good to say. Skycast is agreeing that the bartender line was such bland wisdom. And Jab is saying, if that's what she wants, then being part of the Unavowed is really not for her. True, because, like, she doesn't even look like herself to most people. She's like, people who knew her really well recognize her like other cops, but otherwise, the Unavowed are doomed to operate in secrecy, in anonymity. Anyway, you don't have to shut out your feelings, but you're not a cop anymore.
Yeah, I know I'm not a cop anymore. So what the hell am I?
You're a hero. That's what you are.
Bullshit. I'm just me. Sure, I risk my ass every day, pound the pavement, or take a bullet so some schmo won't have to, but... Jesus. Listen to me. I am a hero. No, I fight monsters. I'm a fucking superhero.
She's actually the closest one of us to not being a superhero.
Yeah, and nobody knows but me. Ugh. What the?
You made it back.
Huh? Hey, cool picture,
There you guys are. What the heck just happened?
I was just asking the same thing.
And I like her picture. I'm actually a little bit bummed out that it isn't more primitive, because I love the idea that she was just not a very good artist. You can be inspired all day long, but if you don't know how to do art, then it's always going to come out less good. But it's fine. It's good. It's not that long of a story. You both almost died. No, we need to find Stan Bates.
Stan Bates? He did something to us, didn't he?
He hit you both with a lethal dose of creative energy. It almost killed you both.
Creative energy, I feel like I'm hungover.
But it was worth it, wouldn't you say? Do you see it now? Do you see what I can offer? This whole neighborhood, the whole world.
You nearly killed Eli and Vicky.
But I didn't. They're more alive than ever. You and your friends, you just received a deep, clear understanding of your deepest selves.
You're swinging the creative force around like a sledgehammer. You could have killed them.
Nothing great is achieved without risk.
Oh my god, my power's in the hands of a total idiot. Seriously, you all need to kill him. Kill him now before he kills someone else.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, so here's the problem. As far as we know, Stan Bates didn't even realize what he was doing, so I'm not even sure I believe as far as that he needs to be punished. Like, he needs to stop. I'm not sure that he needs to be punished. I'm also not sure that I'm going to say I'm not killing anyone. I'll tell you what, I don't want to kill him. We have to stop him, but I'm not sure that killing him is where we start. So we're not going to kill anyone, I claim.
I agree. He should be stopped. But killed? Is that really necessary?
As far as I'm concerned, he's got a deadly weapon and is willing to use it.
This is insanity. Don't I have a say in this? I've been given this tremendous gift, and you don't want it to be used. I don't understand.
No, duh, you don't understand. That's the problem.
If I used my gift improperly, then I'm sorry. I can learn.
It's too late for that. So, how is this going to go?
Why is it too late for that? Okay, so this is what I was thinking. Can't you teach him how to use the proper power properly? If only I could remember how I put the power in him, then maybe I could put it out. But where do you put it then? That's the problem. Because she doesn't want it, and I don't want to force it back into her. I'm not going to say that he has to die. Here's the thing. We can kill him in 5 minutes. Let's look around. Let's spend a quarter of an hour considering other options first. And then we can ask him what he has to say. So I want to know, why can't she teach him how to do it properly?
No, I can't.
You can't?
Nope.
I'm not so old that I can't be taught.
I'm not being cute. I really can't. Creative energy runs on instinct, emotion, feelings. You can't teach that.
You must have learned somehow, didn't you?
I was given the power at a young age. I grew up with it. You didn't. So, I'm sorry, it can't be done.
I don't know that I accept that, but we'll continue. Let's ask Stan what he has to say.
Until today, I didn't even know I had this power, let alone that I was killing people. Perhaps forcing it on you three was wrong. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was doing.
And how many are going to die before you figure it out?
I will try not to let that happen. Let me live, and I'll try. That I promise you.
Okay. Earlier you said dying to create art was a triumph. Do you still feel that way?
Answer the fucking question.
Stan, we're trying to avoid killing you. Please work with us.
I meant what I said. I will try not to let that happen again.
Oh, that is non-responsive. If only I could remember how I put the power in him, then maybe I could pull it out again.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. Callie, this power came from you, right? It's part of you.
Yeah, so?
So you should be able to pull it back into yourself, if you focus hard enough.
You think if I wanted that, I wouldn't have done it already? Thanks, no, I'm happy the way I am.
As am I. You can't give me such a gift and then take it away.
She has been extremely clear and adamant that she doesn't want to go back to the way that she was, which from the vision that we saw was emotionless and distant and unable to enjoy anything. It makes me concerned that she seemed to be like flagging physically, like you don't look well. Maybe I'm worried that she's like withering away, right? That without the power, she just isn't suited to be immortal, but a mortal is what I meant. Oh, Maxine has to take off. Maxine, have a great night. If you're curious, in the end, the VOD will be up tomorrow as always, but otherwise, I hope you have a great evening, and thank you very much for the lurk. Okay, let's ask her. I'm just telling you guys right now, I'm not gonna force her, but I'm gonna ask her.
I won't do it. No. I'm happy. For the first time in thousands of years. You can't make me go back. You can't.
No, we're not gonna do that. And we're not gonna continue to harangue her. She's absolutely perfectly crystal clear on what she wants, and I'm not doing it. Okay, so here's what we're faced with. Number one, force the power back into her. Hard no, we're not doing that. Number two, definitely kill Stan Bates. One person dies, that amount of creative energy is removed, which could have its own ramifications. We know for a fact that nobody else suffers. Number three, we trust him, don't let us down. That gives us the option to come back and kill him later. But like Callie says, how many other people are going to have problems, like really severe problems? Think of like June that's out there drawing with her chalk in the pouring rain, working her chalk down to like a nub. I don't like any of these options. Shit, guys, I have to make a choice. Here's the question, though. If we kill Stan Bates, does that, like, just magically make everybody better? Or does that consign June, the little kid, to a lifetime of just obsessively drawing on things? Like, she can never be cured because he's dead. God damn it. So I have a decision. Here's what's going to happen. This dude loves art, and he loves inspiring people to do art, and he is apparently willing to sacrifice his own quality of life and his own appreciation for art in order to continue doing it. He was proud to the point of being admiring of the person who killed themselves, and he made some comment about how their deaths will be so much more meaningful than their lives ever were. He is an artist first and a person second, and that makes him incredibly dangerous with this particular power. And I do not know what, if anything, can help June or Chip Chopman, whatever that guy's name was, but I don't think that I think that whatever his intent is in the moment about learning to use it responsibly, I feel like his personality has proven to be one that tends towards irresponsible execution of that power. So I cannot believe I'm going to do this. Stan Bates has to die.
What? No!
Oh, thank God.
The thought that went through my head was, number one, I can't imagine that dying by fire would be painless. Number two, he seemed awfully impressed by the guy who died lighting himself on fire.
Don't worry. I'll make this quick.
You did the right thing.
Whatever. It had to be done.
I don't like killing human beings, even if it is unavoidable. But was he even human anymore? I don't know. A debate for another time.
Well, thank you. That's all I'm saying.
You want to thank us? Just do one thing for me. Earn this.
Earn this? I spent thousands of years earning this.
A man died so you could stay human. Make sure it's worth it, okay?
I'll do my best.
Okay then.
Oh, this did not feel... It doesn't feel good, but that's different from saying that I regret it. I don't know what else we possibly could have done there. That's why I wanted to take a second to think it through and talk it through, because it's not just some casual thing, oh, kill him. The other option was to force the power back onto somebody who wasn't sleep deprived, wasn't, on some sort of mind-altering substance. She wasn't high. She was a perfectly clear, sound mind and body and saying, no, I don't want this. You can't make me do it. I'm like, no, I can't. Like, she's happier now, and I'm not going to force that back onto her. Like, she doesn't have to sacrifice her existence to save other people because this guy can't be trusted. So if I can't take away her agency and that's out, then we've got, do I trust him or not? And he's just given us so many reasons not to trust him. So that's how we arrived there. What was that, case 7? Case 7 solved. Save. And that's going to be where we call it for tonight's episode. This was exactly what I wanted. Just to like, bring the lights up a little bit. I think in the last 3 days, I probably cumulatively have about 12 hours of sleep. So I wasn't sure I was going to make it to work today. We've got a number of very important projects, so I sort of like dragged myself up. Full day of job, and then came home and I really wanted to stream. Normally on Thursdays I'd be doing like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but first of all, our last stream was Valhalla, and secondly, I knew that this game we can usually do a story case. It's like 2.5 hours somewhere in there, and it fits really nicely. So this was on our way out, just in case that I forget to call it out, and I really don't think that I will. We've talked about like the graphical presentation here, which to me is very evocative of older adventure games back when I played them. The very clean interface and like the voice acting, where the acting is really good, the compression is a weird choice. And then we've got like, Chipman the baker who talks like this, like he's like speaking into a box and the microphone is inside the box. It's just like odd, right? But it's the quality of the writing that more than ever I'm really impressed by, because if you had just described to me the game, I should really save this for the end credits, but it was just really striking me here. Supernatural investigation team, doing sort of detective noir stuff. I would think, oh, a demon murdered somebody. Oh, a vampire murdered somebody. A werewolf murdered somebody. And instead, just think of the cases. Like, and I'll go over them more detail at the end, but like, look at this one. A muse's power was stripped away from her and given to somebody else who didn't even know that they had it, and they started accidentally inspiring people to a lethal degree to be absolutely obsessed with the creation of their art. And by the way, as we go out, I don't know what's up with June Chip Stockman, whatever his name is. We don't know what happened to them. At least not right now. Maybe we'll go downstairs and have a chat, and like Vicky and them will like, oh, they got better and they're fine. We might also hear that they're like in like an asylum of some kind, some sort of sanitarium. So that's mental health facility. I don't know the proper word, but like that's my concern. So I guess we'll see how all of that worked out for next episode. As we go. Jab was saying Stan is really dangerous, which, yeah, is why I did what I did. Harmonious Crow, like, strong agree there. Believe me, I would not have taken his life if I had a good reason to believe that he was, like, oh, now that I know I have the power, now I'll be more judicious about it. It was wrong because I just didn't know what I was doing. When he found out that he had the power, his first instinct was to force it on people against their will. That was the first thing that he did. And I was like, oh, whoops, sorry, if that wasn't right, then I apologize. It's like, and then when we asked him straight up, do you still believe that dying for your art is admirable? And he wouldn't answer the question. like, anyway. As Jab said, Stan is really dangerous. Harmonious Crow is saying, is it always raining in this game? Yes! Interestingly, it's always raining in this game, and because as we've reached the point in the game where I feel like the episodes or the cases can be played in like whatever order that you want, I feel like they decided to have it always be raining so that they wouldn't be worried about having some sort of a continuity problem where like, oh, June's like writing in the rain. Like they'd have to change the some of the wording sometimes, but yeah, it's of surprise to me that it's been raining at this point in every case, which is at least 7 or 8 different days, and it's like just constantly pouring. Whatever, you know, it's fine. But yeah, when the first day came, it was raining. I just assumed that the weather would mix up from time to time. It doesn't. It's fine. It gives them less to worry about in terms of like world design and stuff. Skycast is saying, yes, it's like New York moved to England, so it's always raining. Yeah, and England specifically now, not even Seattle, because they're not getting as much rain as they used to. And Harmonious Crow says, I think you made the right decision for sure. I'm glad that other people are not like, oh my god, you monster, you irreconcilable fiend to have like burned him up. But I will say, so I burned him up because we saw in the previous case, or maybe it was the one before that, with Eli and that whole family on Wall Street. Yeah, it was the case before last. He was able to like kill that dude super quick, and although a bullet to the head is also pretty quick, I actually don't have a lot of cause to know how good of a shot Vicky is, and God forbid she miss. Like, shoot him in the cheek, shoot him in like the shoulder a couple times. Oh, hold on, shoot him in the knee. Like, it just gets worse from there. Anyway, let's go find somebody fun to raid. This was, like I said, it was not a feel-good story, but it was very engaging and really helped me sort of decompress after work. And that's why I started talking about being like a little bit sleep deprived and stuff. Like, my back has been bothering me all day. It's really starting to get better, but this is like, it's just a great way to just relax, chat with you guys. Hey, do you put an apostrophe after the S or not? It's just super cool to have that. So let's go find somebody fun to raid, and we'll see you again probably on Saturday. I think on Saturday we're here back, and on that day I would expect to do some more Assassin's Creed. Until next time, you guys, oh my goodness, hello to Grumpy, by the way, and hello to Seafoam11. Seafoam, I'm so sorry, we're actually right at the end of stream. We will be back for some more Unavowed if you're interested, and this episode and every episode is up on our like collection. So if you wanted to see more and sort of join in the adventure, we will be back again for more of this. I expect maybe on Sunday would be the next day that I expect to be playing this. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.